Geronimo! Hang on, Mom. You have no idea what I'm referencing? Yes, the Atlantic Ocean. I'll have to explain things a bit then. I say we because I have this friend called the Doctor, and he can explain things a bit better than I can. So I'll let him do most of the talking.
Are you going to witter on all night?
Fine. Here you go. This is
a crash course on Doctor Who.
What he said.
Who put you in charge? And who the hell are you anyway?
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey, the constellation of Castelbarus. I'm 903 years old. I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below. You have a problem with that?
No.
In that case, I'll see.
Just go in there and tell her the Doctor would like to see her. Doctor who? Just the Doctor. Tell her exactly that. The Doctor.
Is this world protected? Because you're not the first one to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the Doctor. Basically, run.
This man is the Doctor. He's had so many faces because Time Lords have a quirk about their biology. If a Time Lord is fatally wounded, they do this.
Time Lords have this little trick. It's sort of a way of cheating death. Except, it means I'm going to change.
When the Doctor regenerates, he has a complete new look and personality. These are all the Doctor's faces. They're so different, but so recognizably the same man. His purpose in life is to travel through time and space, saving people in worlds. In 1,200 years of doing that, you can build up a long list of enemies. There are way too many to count, but I'll just tackle the main ones. The Daleks. The Daleks are the Doctor's oldest and worst enemy. On the outside, they look like salt and pepper shakers with a plunger and a whistling, and on the inside, they look really like a properly messed up squid octopus thing. Not really scary sounding. They are really the epitome of evil. They were created by a guy called Davros.
Activate the holding cells.
And they eliminated all emotions except for hate. Their main purpose is to destroy anything and everything that is not Dalek. Their battle cry is exterminate! That was my Dalek voice.
Exterminate!
The Doctor keeps stopping them, which kind of makes them hate him. The Cybermen are another one of the Doctor's oldest enemies. What is it?
An old friend of mine. Well, enemy.
They're truly frightening to me because even though they look like straight up robots, they're not. The Cybermen are exactly what their name is. Cybermen.
They're people. They were. Can't let all their humanity taken away. It's a living brain jammed inside a cybernetic body with a heart of steel. All emotions removed.
Why no emotion?
Because it hurts.
Their goal is to upgrade the universe.
We have been upgraded.
Into what?
The next level of mankind. We are human fight too.
And you're not even human anymore. The idea of something emotionless, like something that used to be human and is now made not to be, that is really very scary to me. Also, the noise that they make when they walk does not help. I know you're thinking, can't I just refuse to be upgraded?
Upgrading is compulsory. What happens if I refuse? Then you are not compatible. what happens then?
You will be deleted.
Both the Daleks and the Cybermen hate the Doctor, but unlike you would think, it does not make them team up.
Let's consider all technologies are compatible. Cybermen and Daleks. Together we could upgrade the universe. You propose an alliance. This is correct. Request denied. Hostile elements will be deleted. Exterminate!
So there are so many more, but there's not enough time in the universes to tackle it all.
This is a crash course on Doctor Who.
Now let's talk about his timey-wimey machine.
Something made out of some sort of metal. Who are you getting married to? Surely human. He's not a bit of a way with the zip around his floor, is he?
Right. Where do you want to start?
The inside's bigger than the outside?
Yes?
It's alien.
Yeah.
Are you alien?
Yes. Is that all right?
Yeah.
It's called the TARDIS, this thing. TARDIS. That's time and relative dimension in space.
It's the Doctor's home, and it's the device that allows him to travel through time and space. The TARDIS was meant to be piloted by 6 Time Lords, but it is only piloted by one, the Doctor himself, which can sometimes lead to inaccuracies.
It's not 12 hours, it's 12 months. You've been gone a whole year. Sorry.
Sometimes, well, lots of times, the TARDIS will take the Doctor where they need his help, instead of where he's trying to get to.
You know, you have never been very reliable.
And you have?
You didn't always take me where I wanted to go.
No, but I always took you where you needed to go.
But what on New Earth is it modeled after?
What's a police public call box?
It's a telephone box from the 1950s. The disguise.
Yeah, what's just a police box? Why does it look like that?
It's a cloaking device.
It's called a chameleon circuit. The TARDIS is meant to disguise itself wherever it lands. Like if this was ancient Rome, it'd be a statue on a plinth or something. But I landed in the 1960s, it disguised itself as a police box, and the circuit got stuck.
So it copied a real thing. There actually was police boxes.
Yeah, on street corners. Phone for help before they had radios and mobiles. If they arrested somebody, they could shove them inside till help came, like a little prison cell.
Why don't you just fix the circuit?
I like it, don't you?
I love it.
But traveling through time and space can be lonely by yourself.
There's a lot of things you need to get across this universe. Warp drive, wormhole refractors. The only thing you need, most of all, you need a hand to hold.
Because of this, through his travels in time and space, he picks up companions. Mostly regular humans, sometimes other Gallifreyans, sometimes adorable robot dogs, but usually he just takes along humans. And there have been so many. For now, I'll just tackle the main companions from New Who, Doctor Who after the 2005 reboot. First companion, Rose Tyler.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
An ordinary girl just working in a shop, sick of her life.
What do I do every day, Mum? What do I do? Get up, catch the bus, go to work, come back home, eat chips and go to bed. Is that it?
Needing something to do with her life.
There's nothing you can do.
Got no A-levels, no job, no future. But I tell you what I have got. Just complete junior school under 7's genetics team. I've got the bronze.
He's totally capable of brilliance, but stuck in a dead-end world until the Doctor comes.
I'll be off. Unless, I don't know. You could come with me.
Is it always this danger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Come on, let's go.
By the way, did I mention it also travels in time?
She and the doctor travel together for a long time, but of course eventually they have to run into some Daleks. Well, a lot of Daleks. The doctor has to save the Earth, but in that he would inevitably end up killing a lot of other people. So, doing the right thing, he sends Rose back home. Well, that puts Rose off, because she can't just let him die. So, she breaks into the TARDIS, looks right into its heart, and soaks up the energy of the time vortex, getting the TARDIS to send her back to where the Doctor and the Daleks are. Absorbing the time vortex is an awful lot of power, and with that power, she destroys all of the Daleks without having to kill more people, and even bringing some people back that the Daleks had exterminated. But all that power can kill a person. So the Doctor kisses her, transferring the vortex energy from her body to his, saving her but ultimately killing himself.
The power's gonna kill you and it's my fault.
I will do everything.
That's what I see. All the time. And doesn't it drive you mad?
My head
Come here.
is killing me.
I think you need a doctor.
So then he regenerates into this guy.
Hello. Okay. You too. That's weird.
They keep traveling together until they run into Cybermen and Daleks. To save the planet, they had to suck the Daleks and the Cybermen into the void. Long story. But there was a chance that they could get sucked in as well. So the Doctor, again, sends Rose to where she'll be safe. But she wouldn't have it.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not doing that to me again. I think this is the onset.
Once the bridge collapses, that's it.
I made my choice a long time ago, and I'm never going to leave you.
However, something goes wrong when they're trying to suck the bad guys into the void, and Rose very nearly gets sucked in as well. Thankfully, at the last moment, her dad pops in and saves her. But here's the rub. She's stuck in a parallel universe, and she and the Doctor can never see each other again. That's the end of Rose Tyler.
Companion crunch time.
His next companion is Martha Jones. Martha Jones is a med student who met the Doctor when something bad went down at the hospital where she studies. As a thank you for helping him, he offered her a one-time trip which evolved into a full-time companionship. They traveled until they were gotten the better of a bad Time Lord called the Master. The Master arrested Martha's family and hurt them in an attempt to get to the Doctor through Martha. In a complicated series of events, the Doctor saves the day and reverses time to undo all of the bad that the Master did, but the Doctor, Martha, and her family can still remember it. So she chooses to leave the Doctor to stay with her family. His next companion is Donna Noble. He actually met Donna before Martha, but when he offered to take her with him, she turned him down. He meets her again when they're both separately investigating a hinky weight loss drug company. This time when he offers her to travel with him, she accepts. In their last adventure, Davros and the Daleks capture the Earth in order to use it in their space-time unraveling machine. They get to team up with Rose again, but they all get taken by the Daleks. Donna ends up taking the Doctor's mind into her own head, causing a human Time Lord meta-crisis, which will eventually burn out her mind and kill her. So the Doctor has to wipe her mind, and she can never remember him again. A few specials later, the Doctor meets the Master again, and after defeating him, soaks up a lot of radiation, causing him to regenerate. His next companion is Amy Pond. He meets her when she's around 10 years old, and he promises to be back in 5 minutes, but actually ends up going 12 years late. Amy grew up with a crack in her wall that was actually a crack in space and time, which allowed an alien prisoner to get into her house and wreak havoc. When he went back 12 years later, he stops the alien prisoner, but then takes off again and doesn't come back for 2 more years. That's when he takes her to travel with him. Eventually they pick up her boyfriend and then later husband, Rory, to travel with them. In their last adventure, they encounter some aliens called the Weeping Angels.
Fascinating race, the Weeping Angels. The only psychopaths in the universe to kill you nicely. No mess, no fuss, they just zap you into the past and let you live to death. The rest of your life used up and blown away in the blink of an eye. You die in the past, and in the present they consume the energy of all those who might have had.
All your stolen moments.
They're creatures of the abstract, they live off potential energy.
That's what happens to Amy and Rory. The next companion is River Song. She's a bit of an off-and-on companion. There's not much to say about her without giving away crucial details, but I can just say she's someone very important to the Doctor, but they keep meeting in the wrong order. Her past is his personal future, and his past is her future. Which brings me to the subject of time travel. It is very complex, but it's picked up fairly easily once you start watching this show. But for now, we'll just explain it as this.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
I hope this helps you. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you want, comment your new to Who experience.
I love it.
I hope you liked it. Okay, bye.